All right, kids. Oh, let's see here. I thought I had this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. So we are continuing today as Origo 8.4. And you can see our dividend is larger, meaning we have a 3-digit number divided by 3. And this is not necessarily, when we look at this, we don't necessarily go, wow, I see my way through this. So just like yesterday when we were doing 2 digits and we had to think flexibly about the numbers, we're going to be doing that again today. So again, we might get looking at this, we might not have a real way of like, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to get to the next slide. It's actually going to give us an answer, 142. So what this tells me is that this number goes in evenly. But let's go on to the next slide and let's see how this next slide can help us think about this. So I see here what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be dividing 426 into 3 numbers, but I'm not going to do 420 and 6. That won't go in evenly. I know that 3 does not go into 400 evenly, and I know that 3 does not go into 20 evenly. So I have to think about how I might do this. So the first thing I think about is like, well, I know that 3 would go into 300 evenly. So I'm going to put that right here. So then what I have left over, if I remove the 300, I have 126. Well, my brain is just going, oh, I see a way through here, because I know I can then also split up 126, and I can do it in a way that 3 would go in evenly. So you might see, oh, I can pull out the 6, and I'm going to put that right here. And what would I have left? It wouldn't be 12, kids. It would be 120. So if we were to add all of these numbers together, 300 plus 120 plus 6 equals 426. But I can see right away I will be able to divide this. So again, what I start thinking is 3 times what equals 300? Well, that's pretty easy. 3 times 100. And again, another way of saying this is 300 divided by 3 equals 100. Remember, with this multiplication and division, they are reciprocal operations. Well, this one might be a little bit trickier for some of us. We might be thinking, I'm not sure 3 times what equals 120, but let me use what I know. I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. Therefore, 3 times 40 is going to equal 120. So notice what I'm doing. I'm using what I know, okay? And I'm thinking flexibly. Now this one, hopefully I won't get it wrong. 3 times what equals 6? And that is 2. Now, if we added all of these numbers together, we would get 142, because 100 plus 40 plus 2 equals 142. Well, I'm going to go back to this first slide. Look at that. We got that, okay? So we were on the right track. Okay, let me keep going. Now this one, we have a whole nother problem. We've got 219 divided by 3. Again, if I split it up into 3 numbers, 200, 10, and 9, the 200 is not divisible by 3. The 10 is not divisible by 3. Now the 9 is, but remember, we have to do all 3 parts. So this one, if we look at our picture, we see that it's divided into 2 parts. So again, we have to think flexibly. So right off the bat, I can see that 9 is divisible by 3. So I'm going to put that right there. Now, what do I have left? If I take 9 away from 219, I am left with 210. And right off the bat, I'm liking this, okay? I'm gonna, in fact, put that 210 right here because I know that 3 could go into 21, okay? Therefore, I know that 3 would go into 210. So I'm gonna, again, do what I know with numbers. I know that 3 times 7 equals 21. So I'm gonna put that right there. But again, it's not going into 21, it's going into 210. So therefore, 3 times what equals 210? Well, 3 times 70 equals 210. Well, and then this part is pretty easy. 3 times what equals 9? Well, 3 times 3 equals 9. So 70 plus 3 equals 219. Or another way of saying this, 219 divided by 3 equals 73. Okay, let me go on. And look at that. The Origo people did it the same way. There's a slightly neater. So, okay, let's go into, let me click on out of this and go to step and discussion. And we're going to do one of the problems, and then I'm going to give you a journal entry. Okay. So we've got, David has a laptop, or David is paid for a laptop with 3 monthly payments, and the cost of the laptop is $639. How much is he going to pay each month? So this right here is a division problem. The division problem is 639 divided by 3. Now this actually is a pretty, when I'm looking at this, this is a pretty easy problem. I can see right off the bat that all of these numbers are divisible by 3, but let's see what our slides say. Our little cat says, I would break 639 into parts that are easy to divide. Let's see what the little cat does. And we see right here that what the cat has done is we've divided it up by place value. So we have 600, and then there's the 3 is worth 30, and the 9 is worth 9. And if we look at this, we know that 3 times what equals 600? Well, 3 times 200 equals 600. 3 times what equals 30? Well, 3 times 10 equals 30. And then 3 times what equals 9? Well, 3 times 3 equals 9. If we add all of these numbers together, we'd have 200, and we had plus 10, and that's the tens place, and then 3. So what this means is that 639 divided by 3 equals 213, or 213 times 3 equals 639. And how much does David pay each month? I think we come up with that is 231. Now I'm going to click out of here and go to, let's see if I have, hopefully I have this. There we go. Here is our problem. So Chloe, my lovely Chloe, she's also buying a laptop, but she's paying $546. And instead of paying it over 3 months, she's paying it in 6 equal payments. That means she's paying something each month for 6 months. So let me read this problem. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Chloe is buying a laptop that costs $546. She is making 6 equal payments each month. Okay. How much will she pay each month? show your thinking as a picture and as an equation. So this is a division problem. It is 546 divided by 6. So I'm looking to see how you solve this. You need to think flexibly about this. How would you divide this 546 into parts that would be divisible by 6? Okay, kids, I want you to show me your thinking in portfolios or through messages. All right, have a great day, kids.